blanket or whatever you have to provide a little bit of height. If you'd rather be perched up on a block, you can do that too. Margaret, I see your face. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see the full mat and the full... Margaret? Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, honey. Appreciate it. Okay, so place that blanket right underneath your sits bones, and we'll just come to perch up on top of it. And let's actually do the opposite shin in front that you're used to for our short meditation. And before we begin, take the arms behind you, interlace the fingers behind the back, and let the knuckles drop straight down. Oh my goodness. And just feel the shoulder blades get closer and closer and closer. Feel the sternum lift and spread. And if the knuckles can touch the floor, you can maybe even experience a little ricochet of the heart up and away from the fingers. Oof, and take 2 more deep breaths there. Good. And then release the hands intertwined and let the palms just rest on the knee joint. And let the eyes come to close, and we'll start with a short meditation here together. I've been so amazed at how connected it feels to practice with y'all here remotely. And so here in the beginning, we'll not only tune into our bodies, to this ecosystem that is within us, to the ecosystem that is moving through the planet right now, some of the rebalancing that the natural world is experiencing without all the pollutants, but also to the web of interconnection of us together here in this practice across space and time. So many of you from all corners of the country. So just feel into all 3 of those ecosystems, our internal, our natural world, our external, and the connection as if root systems, you know, with the aspen trees. We have that beautiful inspiration here living in Colorado, that intertwining of the roots underground. Here together today, we have this unseen, unspoken connection in our exploration of what it is to be alive and to practice. So just feel for these first couple moments into those 3 aspects of this morning, this Monday morning. And then as you get deeply quiet inside, as the nervous system starts to settle, start to turn your awareness to the navel and then to the soft low belly, and then even below that to the pelvic floor. Cormac McCarthy said, keep a little fire burning inside, however small, however hidden. And here together as we come to begin our practice, just feel as though you could tend this fire within, at the base of your chakra system, this place that emanates glow, that is where we were conceived, its conception, inception, it's our connection to earth, tribe. And so feel here like you would, again, tend a fire with care, just stoking this internal glow. And the symbol and the nature of invoking something such as fire spans the time. So really feeling even into our ancestral huddles where people would gather together around the warmth. And just feel here in this moment, that warmth, that gathering, that connectivity across space and time. And fan the fire with your Ujjayi pranayama. So slowly start to begin a breath that widens and deepens, that really elevates and lifts the rib cage and grows your lungs 3-dimensionally in all directions. Good. And then float the hands palm to palm in front of the heart. Bow third eye to fingertips, sealing in an intention or a dedication this morning. So allow something to rise for you. To be held, to be seen, to be known by your heart, and to be supported by each of us as we practice here together today, holding each other's intentions. Good. And then release your meditation. And again, reach the arms behind you and let the eyes flower open and draw the knuckles down and feel the sternum really lift. And this time let the head go up and back and open also the jaw. Good. One more deep breath there. And then slowly lift, rise, and release the hands behind you. And come to sit really upright on that blanket or support that you have underneath. We'll place the right foot to your side and the left foot in half Sukhasana. And then take the right hand. This is like one of my favorite things to do on earth. And with the palm facing down, we're just gonna slip it right underneath the foot. And then from there, round your spine and draw the chin to chest. And feel maybe some length down the inner right arm and the connective tissue. And then from there, start to arch. So kind of coming to cat-cow with your hand stamped upon. And lift the sternum. And so you'll begin to feel the connective tissue, especially in the inner right bicep and all the way down into the palm of the hand. Do y'all feel that? It's wild. Yeah, good. And so keep lifting and telescoping up in order to traction. And then you can let the tip of your head just ever so slightly tip to the left. Oof. Good. We have our other, our live participant again this morning. Thank you, Don. And take one more huge breath all the way down the length of that right arm. Ooh, puppies. Good. And then slowly release the right arm and extend your left leg down the mat. And then take that right leg up and over, knee over knee. Julia, this is for you. Lift up and out of the pelvis and then slowly with hands wide on your mat, start to come towards half shoelace. And here in our first forays into the hamstring and the back body, let yourself really gently rock. So be inquisitive in your yoga always. So we're really, rather than looking to inhabit a certain shape, although we do reference this as a structure, as an architecture, but firstly, we come to what our body says, where that edge is, where we want to come and pause and watch and breathe. Good. And then pause at center and let your skull and your arms and everything just melt straight down. Good. And take 3 more huge breaths into the back of that left leg. Nice, beautiful. And then very gently rise. And we're gonna take our peace fingers around the right big toe. And I'm gonna take it up and over and let the Achilles drop into the space, the little webbing between first and second toes. Good. And then right hand to outer mat. And then I'm gonna take my left hand to the tops of the toes. If you don't have access, that's totally fine. Just reach down the leg as far as it'll come and flex the heel as much as you can. If you have the foot, you can draw the toes back and you will find an amazing connection to the calf and Achilles there. And then let your head drop so that it's oriented again to the outer right shin. Whew. Wow. And And that loop of release may go even beyond the calf, up the hamstring, and into the sacrum. This is such a deep release for our back body. And take 2 more deep, deep breaths there. Good. And then just very gently rise. And then take the right foot to half Sukhasana, and left foot beside you. Make sure that you're perched as high as you can be up on that blanket or towel. And then this time, left hand, just slip it right underneath the left foot, palm down. And with the right hand on the right knee, first round the spine to the back of the room, the back of the mat, and pull back on your hand. And just feel into what you have access to there in the back and the upper back as you round, round, round. Yeah, good. And then slowly start to arch, keeping that stamp on the hand, and lift the heart, and then let the tip of the head just tick right over to the right corner, and feel the connective tissue all the way down, the left arm into the palm. Oof. The shoulder, the trapezius, the upper back. Breathe into whatever you find here. Good. And just flood that with one more breath. Our trapezius, our neck, our shoulders, we hold a lot, especially my mama's out there. There's so many of y'all, and my goodness, everybody right now holding a lot with what's transpiring in the world. And then just let that left hand slowly slide out. Oh, wow. And then extend the right leg down the mat and take the left leg over knee, stacked over knee. And then hands wide on your mat so that you can, again, feel into the margins and let your body really rock from side to side. And just move in the name of curiosity, in the name of deeper listening, rather than achieving something, some shape, some pose that's out there. It's here. It's to be listening to. Good. And then next time you find center, just let everything drip straight down. The head, the shoulders, the arms. Take 3 more breaths into the back of that right leg. Good. And then slowly, slowly rise. And take your peace fingers to the left big toe. And then extend it and place the Achilles right between first and second toes. Yeah, good. And then inhale, lift the heart. Left hand to the outer side of your mat. If you have access to toes, draw them back by bending the elbow. And if you are just reaching in that direction, just flex the foot strongly and you'll also get calf Achilles. And then let your skull drop so that the crown points down, creating that big curve. Let's see, Dawn, it would be the other leg for you. Oh, did you do the other one on the other side?
Maybe.
Other arm. Tiny bit. Okay. Breathe all the way around that curve up into the sacrum and the low back. And take 3 more breaths into this. Good. And then slowly rise. Ooh, good. And just cross the shins in front of you. We'll move our blanket out to the side. and come right on up to all fours. And let's just draw a couple circles. So take the knees a little wider than hips and the hands a little forward of shoulders, and then drop the hips to the left and swing forward and then right and back. Oh, good. And left and forward and right and back. And then change direction, moving in the other way. And again, just listen. Maybe if it helps to have eyes closed for you to really feel, then you can always take that variation. Good. And then back to center. And then lay your pelvis down, lay your belly, your ribs, and we'll take our right arm to the side, left hand under left shoulder, bend your left knee, and then roll right on over to the right side. And place the left foot on the floor. And we'll take a few cycles of breath here, and we may want to take various variations here. So you can slide the left foot out at a V to leverage a little more in the right shoulder because the left side of the hip drops down. You are welcome to lift the left arm if shoulders feel stacked. But sometimes you can get more twist just keeping it on the floor. Just really feel into what variation feels good for you to open that bottom right shoulder. And flood it with 2 more gigantic breaths. Good. And then slowly lower right on back to belly. Left arm to the side, right hand under right shoulder, roll up and over, foot on the floor. Any variations that you found on the other side that you may want to play with, please feel free. And also, always keeping in mind that sometimes less is more, but just breathe into that left shoulder blade, deep, long, full breath. Good. And then slowly come right on back to center. And then lift your hands and feel the shoulder blades get close. Lift the legs and spread your toes wide. Good. And just use those muscles all along the back body. Now from here, we're going to come to a Baddha Konasana-like shape. So feet together, knees really wide. And then take the arms out and back. Externally rotate, thumbs towards each other, pinkies away. Good. And then from there, reach forward and back and tuck the chin. Keep spreading the toes wide. And then pull it right on back. Arms to the side of you, and as if someone had you a string to the chest, lifting it forward and up. Nice. And then one more time, reach in both directions. And then open it up. Beautiful. Bring the knees closer together, hands by your ribs. And then rise up right into your cobra variation. Good, let the gaze drift up. Ah, nice. Jaw open for a moment. Ha. Good, and then let the head rise right back up. Let the feet drift to the right and gaze over left shoulder. And then come through center and switch. And then back to center and press it back, downward facing dog. And take your time here, let the eyes come to close, and find a little bit of a wiggle here in your downward facing dog for a moment. Nice, y'all. These look great. And let your weight really shift from side to side, and let the hands take some of the weight, and then bend one knee and then the other. And just let yourself find a little to and fro in this moment. Good. And then slowly start to settle towards stillness. Nice. And then rise to the ball of the feet and ripple forward to plank pose, one straight line. And pause here for a moment and feel the strength of the underbody. Feel the quads, the belly. Good. And then slowly start to lower all the way down and rise up into your cobra. And press it back, downward facing dog. And then draw the big toes to touch. And lift the left leg to the sky and bend the knee and drape the leg over the body and circle the ankle. Good. Again, just slowly open, take your time. And then straighten that left leg and start to draw knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. And exhale, take it back. And then draw the knee to the outer left arm. And exhale, take it back. And then cross it to the right and just extend the leg off the side of your mat. Keep the back toes tucked under and slide the left foot long. Good. So if you can, keep the toes tucked under at the back. And then arms, arms down to your forearms to isolate our thoracic and the back of the ribs, these beautiful lungs that we have. To really feel a stretch there. And if this brings plenty of rotation for you, stay here. If you want to come into a little bit more of a twist, you can thread the right arm through and place the left hand closer to the right hand so that you can leverage, again, that twist. Deep, deep breath. And take one more inhale there. And then slowly lift. So keeping the legs in this 90 degree, all you're gonna do is pivot. The right knee will go to the sky and bend. Yeah. And then take your left hand to right ankle. Good. Now from here, I'm gonna reach the right arm up and over and come into my side stretch. And then from there, let the body wave forward and back. Good. And then reach the right arm to the sky and let it pull the spine to straight. And then come to the top of your mat, place the hands down, shoulder distance. Re-straighten that back right leg and then lift the hips so that the outer edge of your left foot is still on the floor beside you. Walk your hands back about 3 inches and then push the floor away and really feel the IT band and the outer left leg and keep the toes moving back towards the center of your mat, towards your navel almost. Nice, beautiful. Take one more huge breath there. And then gaze forward, bend the left knee, place the foot at the top of the mat and windmill right into your warrior 2. Good. And sink in as much as feels comfortable for you. And let the palms turn towards the sky, the shoulders away from ears. Good, nice. And really track that left knee out over the outer to middle toes. And then left leg back, reverse warrior, reach. Good. And then come into your extended angle, whatever variation you all prefer. Reach the right arm and turn the gaze towards the sky and plug the right shoulder deeply in. And take one more deep breath there. And then straighten both legs and heel toe the right foot a little bit closer. I'm decapitated. Heel toe the right foot a little closer. And lift the ribs and come right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Good. And let the gaze rest on those right fingertips and take 2 more deep breaths. Good. And then from there, reach the right arm forward and feel the stretch all along the side body. And really press the feet into the floor. Good. And then just move the arm across the horizon. Let that right arm drift right in front of the navel. And then back over the hips, reaching back. And then again, go across the horizon, right in front of the navel, and then forward to the top of the mat. And one more time, reach it in front of the navel, and then over the hip. And then turn the palm to the sky, and let the weight of your skull drop straight down. So again, we're coming into neck, trapezius. Let it be like a stone on the end of a string, so heavy. Oh, good. And take one more deep, deep breath, really reaching the right arm away from the top of the head. Ah, beautiful. And then sweep the right arm down. And then wide on your mat, pivot on the right toes and reach the left arm to the sky. Good. And then really open to full wingspan, roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Let the head drop to spine. And take one more gigantic breath there. Good. And then left arm down, pivot on your feet, 2 straight legs, and all 10 toes face the side wall. And inhale, lift your heart, a tiny bit of pigeon toe in the feet. And then bow forward and down. And take the hands to the low back here. Interlace your fingers and let the arms drop down. And maybe lift and lower a couple times to really use the scapula there in the upper back. Good. And one more breath into whatever you find. And hands to low back, and then down to the floor. Inhale, lift your heart, and then pivot to face front, just spin on the feet. And we're gonna bend at the knees, really feel your Tigger springs. Bend, and then bounce right up into standing splits. And spread the toes wide, as if you could reach up and grab a cloud. So active in that right foot. Good. And then bend both knees and contract the navel in towards the sacrum and slowly start to rise up. And take your time so that you can really befriend gravity. Good. And then we'll extend everything up and out for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then foot to earth, hands to heart. Good. And bring the eyes to close here as you stand and take 2 more deep breaths. And feel your center and come back to that awareness of the internal fire. Be with yourself, be with what's inside. And let the weight shift back. We'll fly through Surya Namaskar. Circle the arms around and up. And exhale, bow up and over and in. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, step or jump back, lowering down and moving through your Vinyasa. Yummy. Good. Take 2 deep breaths there. And then draw the big toes to touch. Lift the right leg to the sky. Bend the knee. Drape the leg over the body. Circle the ankle. Oh. Good. And then slowly straighten the right leg. Inhale, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, knee to outer right arm. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, cross it to the left and extend your foot. And keep the back toes tucked under as you lower the pelvis down. Good. And then slowly come onto forearms. And maybe this is plenty to be with, to feel into. If you came into the twist on the other side, you can thread the left arm through and slide the right hand closer to the left wrist and push to feel the twist. And take 2 more breaths here. And then press down to rise. Keep the legs in that 90 degree, and all you'll do is pivot and bend the left knee towards the sky. Take the right hand to left ankle, and then draw a rainbow with left fingertips up and over and into your side body stretch. And then maybe a little sway forward and back as you really feel the side body open. And then reach the left arm to the sky and let it pull you up to straight. Good. And then spin and plant the hands down, shoulder distance. Tuck that back toe under again so that you can press hips to sky. And walk the hands back 3 or 4 inches to really get our IT band. And peel the toes towards the belly like a banana peel and just breathe into the IT band, the outer leg, outer calf. And then bending the right knee, place the foot between hands and windmill right up into your warrior 2. Good, palms to the sky, sink low here. And again, let the knee be guided out over the outer toes as you ground the ball of the big toe. 1 spiral and its counter spiral. 1 action and its counter action. And then reverse your warrior, reach the right arm back. And then come to extended angle. Right forearm down, reaching the left arm, whichever variation you took. And then wherever you are, just plug that left shoulder in so the trapezius is soft. Pinky pointed down. Good. And then rise up to straight legs. So tick-tock that left foot in so the stance is a little bit shorter. Float the ribs up away from the hips and come right into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Use your feet. Make sure there's a micro bend at the knee. Take 1 more deep breath here. And then reach the left arm forward towards the front of your mat. Nice. Deep stretch into the left side. And then come across the horizon, left fingers right in front of the navel, and then reaching over that back hip. And then again, reach it across the horizon in front of you and forward. And then last time, in front of the belly, and then back, and rotate the palm towards the sky. And then let the head drop straight down. Oh, good. And really reach back. So not back as in back to in the back of the mat direction, not back behind you, but back over the hip. So we find, again, that notion of traction. Good. And take 2 more deep, deep breaths there. Again, trapezius, neck, shoulder. Thank you for whoever asked for that. Good. And then release the left hand down wider than your mat. Spin on the back toes and fly the right arm into your twist. And then roll to the outer foot and open full wingspan. Again, head to spine. And one more gigantic breath across the spaces of the heart. And then place the right hand to earth. Bend your knees, feel your Tigger springs, and then bounce, pounce right up into standing splits. Spread the toes wide. Reach higher and higher with your foot. And then, as again, one action is a counter action. As much as you extend and reach, will contract and gather in. Bend your knees. Draw the belly in. Use Uddiyana, moving in and up, and move slowly to befriend gravity, dancing Shiva. Extend to the left leg, the arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Foot to earth, hands to heart. Close the eyes for a moment, go inward. Let the weight shift to the heels and even beyond. Feel into the mystery, that which is behind you, which cannot be seen or known by the conscious mind. We feel, we invite whatever is ready to come forward to be with us. Feel into the fire at the pelvic floor. Feel what connects you to generations before you, to generations beyond, and to each other, gathered around the fire. We'll fly through one Surya Namaskar, circle the arms around and up. Exhale, bow up and over and in. Inhale, lift the heart. Move through your vinyasa, step or jump back. Lower down and rise. Downward facing dog. Good. And take 3 deep breaths in your downward facing dog, letting it get deeper, letting your mountain peak get pointier. And last deep inhale and exhale. Fly the left leg to the sky. Let the gaze go forward. Reach in both directions. Good. And then draw the foot forward and through and rise up into your lunge. And find just a little strength for the left knee. Lift and lower. And shoulders drop down away from ears. Good. And then bend the left elbow. Take that left hand behind you to the back leg and the right hand to the center of the chest. And like a marionette string, we're just going to lift our hearts right up into the sky and back as the left hand goes to the back leg. Twisting back bend just light. Good. And take one more deep breath there. And then again, windmill to your twist. Right hand down. Left hand to the sky. And rotate in the ribs. Good. And then left hand down, and we'll come to our inner leg by finding Skandasana. Beautiful. And use the right elbow here to really guide your right knee wide. And deep breath into the inner leg. And take 2 more deep breaths into the adductors, the groin. Good. And then gazing forward. Slowly walk hands to top of mat. Spin on the back toes. And step the right foot hip distance away. And take the peace fingers around the big toes. And inhale, lift your heart and ground the ball of the big toe strongly. And then exhale, bow, elbows wide, tucking the chin. And let a little weight shift forward to the front of the foot. And take 2 more deep breaths there. And then gently lift your heart forward. Find an itty bitty bend at the back of the knees and reverse swan dive the arms around and up. And draw the sky into your heart. Heel toe, the big toes to touch. Find your center, find what's still and quiet. Feel the flame of your fire rise and fall. And we'll fly through Surya Namaskar, circle and reach. Exhale, bow up, over and in. Lift the heart, move through Vinyasa. Your way, your breath, your body. Do you mind to get the clock? That clock. Can you bring it in? Lift the right heel to the sky, look forward, and draw the foot through, plant it down, and rise up into your lunge. Find that little lift and lower. Shoulders soft, away from ears. Good. And sink low. Take the right hand to the back leg, left hand to the heart, and again, like you could trace a marionette string up and into the sky. Find your twisting back bend. One more breath there. And then once again, your twist. Left hand low, right arm to the sky, and rotate these beautiful lungs. Breathing breath after breath. And take the gaze forward and down. Step left foot hip distance away from right. And this time, slide the hands underneath your feet. Ground again the ball of the big toe. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, bow deep. And take 3 more huge breaths here. And then lift your gaze forward. Find that little itty bitty bend at the knees. Reverse swan dive the arms around it. And pull the sky to the heart. Heel toe, the big toes to touch. Feel your center. Let the eyes close. Always come back to this invitation of what is innermost in us. We do yoga not with what is external and what we find, but without and out in front of us, but really what is inside, where our pose meets our inner world. Move through Surya Namaskar, circle, and bow up and over and in. Lift the heart and move through your Surya Namaskar. Downward facing dog. Good. And draw the big toes to touch. Lift the left leg to the sky, bend the knee, drape the leg over the body. And stay here or flip your dog if you would like to land in a back bend. Place the left foot on the floor and reach the left arm. Good. Take 1 more deep breath there. And then give a little bend to the right knee to come back to 3-legged dog. And then right into pigeon on the left. And inhale, lift, and exhale, bow. your props that you have here that help relax your pose. So if I have a block under the head, it can often help soften the shoulders. Just take anything that helps you deeply, deeply, deeply relax and let go. And let each exhale just soften more and more and more of you. The hip, the prefrontal cortex, the eyes. It's amazing where we hold and where we resist letting go completely. And stay here for 3 more breaths. Or if you are wanting any version of Raja Kapotasana, feel free to find that. And everyone, release and rise, hands down. Fly that left leg back and up and let it move in space in any way that feels good for you. Good. And then big toes come to touch. Lift the right leg to the sky, bend the knee, drape the leg over the body. Stay here or flip the dog. Landing that right foot on the earth and reaching right arm forward and down. Good. And then circle the arm out and back and then down to earth. 3-legged dog into pigeon. Bring the right shin forward. And then lift and elevate. And then exhale, bow and fold. And again, build your nest. Create whatever amount of holding, of propping up, of scaffolding can just allow your ultimate melting here. Check in with your spots in pigeon, whether it's the jaw or the prefrontal cortex, the hip itself, the eyeballs, the brow, that space between your brow. Just keep scanning and noticing where you can soften, where you can invite more gravity to relax and release and deepen your experience. And take 3 more breaths there, or come to Raja Kapotasana in any variation that feels good. Earth, slowly rise if you're folded, release the foot if you've got it, and fly that right leg back and up. Move it around in whatever way feels good to you. And then down, draw the knees down, and come to sit. And take the legs forward of you, and we're gonna come into our inversion. So here, if you prefer taking an inversion with some height under the pelvis, you can take a restorative version by lifting the pelvis and placing a block underneath, and then legs straight up to the sky. Block, blanket, books with a towel, whatever you've got. Otherwise, if you're feeling okay with shoulder stand, kick back into plow for a first few breaths here. So in plow, we'll just start to really stretch and lengthen the back body. And you can interlace the hands behind you and facilitate the shoulder blades rocking closer and closer together so that you really come to the tip top of your shoulder. And then go ahead and rise to shoulder stand as you're ready. Supporting the back with the hands and lifting your legs straight on up and into the sky. And if there are variations here, feel free to play with that. And then slowly lower back into your plow pose. And maybe bend the knees towards the ears. And slowly roll down the spine. And catch the outer foot for happy baby pose here for a moment, and let yourself just gently rock from side to side. And then stay still in your happy baby and press the tailbone and the coccyx down into the floor. And tuck the chin and push the back of your head down and into the floor. As a counter shape for our plow. So important to recalibrate in the cervical vertebrae. And then draw the sits bones towards the heels and hug the left knee in and send the right leg down the mat. Squeeze into the lymphatic system. And then take that left leg over and across, left arm to your side. And breathe deep into the spiral, the twist from top to bottom. Let even where the eyes come to rest be that perfect continuation of the spiral. And then come through center and hug the right knee in, send the left leg down the mat, squeeze into the lymph glands, squeeze, 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 and release in there, in the wake of that squeeze. Take the right leg across, and the right arm out to your side. And again, let the drishti settle in a place that completes the spiral. And then very, very slowly Draw the pelvis back down and let the legs spill open. A little wider than hips. If you have a blanket and you want to place that on the pelvis, it can be a grounding gesture to the system, a container for the self. And then arms down beside you, shoulders away from ears, tuck the chin. And just allow yourself to drop into the space at the back of your practice. And just rest here on your back as you allow the layers upon layers upon layers to dissolve. All of these postures, this dancing geometry, the dissolving of what's bound in connective tissue in service to arriving more fully in this moment. There's something about watching the rising and receding flames of a fire that's so deeply softening. All is at peace and serene. Feel into again the base, the pelvic floor, the glow, the fire. Always keeping that fire, a little fire within, however small, however hidden, no matter the circumstance. The human experience has universal properties. We all suffer, we all experience joy. Feel deep within you to something that is so interconnected, that is primal, that is primordial, that has been here from the beginning of time. And rest in that space. Shavasana. Slowly let the awareness rise. Bend one elbow and then the other and place the palms on the torso and sense yourself. Keeping the gaze inward and only as you are ready, gently, quietly, and slowly roll first to one side before you rise to a comfortable seat. Flow the hands palm to palm in front of this precious heart. And bow third eye to fingertips, sealing in this practice together this morning, today, across space and time.